a quiet emptiness begins to settle in. At first, it feels uncomfortable, almost unbearable. Things you once relied on seem to drift away. Friends, opportunities, even routines that felt familiar. Doors you expected to open remain shut, and the familiar world around you begins to shift in ways you can't control. You might wonder why it feels like everything is slipping from your grasp. But this isn't a sign of loss. It's the universe clearing space for what's truly meant for you. Before abundance arrives, there is a clearing, a purging of the unnecessary. It may feel heavy, confusing, or even painful, but it is the first undeniable sign that something remarkable is about to happen. You start noticing subtle changes in yourself. Your perspective begins to shift, almost imperceptibly at first. Where once you clung to what no longer served you, you now feel a quiet release. Things that used to exhaust your energy no longer pull at you with the same force. Conversations, commitments, and distractions that once seemed critical now feel optional. And it is in this very letting go that abundance begins to take root. Most people misunderstand abundance as something external, something to acquire, achieve, or possess. The truth is, abundance is an internal state, an alignment of your inner world with the energy of what you are ready to receive. You realize that chasing, striving, or forcing outcomes only keeps abundance at a distance. When you let go, when you stop exhausting yourself in pursuit of what you cannot control, you begin to notice signs in your emotional state rather than in the world outside. You feel lighter. Your thoughts stop spiraling. You begin to sense that the universe is moving things into place quietly, unseen, like a painter arranging a canvas behind the curtain. It's not about luck or timing, it's about readiness. The emptiness you feel, the slowing down of life, is simply the signal that you are preparing to receive. Small shifts start to appear. You wake up in the morning with a subtle sense of relief rather than anxiety. Decisions no longer feel like battles. Instead, they carry a gentle clarity. You find yourself saying no more often, not from ego or pride, but from a place of inner peace. Boundaries are no longer restrictions. They are invitations to higher alignment. As you honor yourself and what feels right for you, the frequency of abundance starts to resonate with your own energy. It seeks the space that is clear and ready. Desperation cannot attract what is meant for you. Only calm, confident readiness can. Even your perspective on relationships begins to change. People who once felt indispensable start to fade. And that fading is not a punishment, it's a gift. Those who leave create space for those who are meant to enter. Opportunities that seem to vanish were never meant to fit where you were heading. Life has a way of guiding you toward permanent alignment by letting temporary things fall away. What feels like loss is actually preparation for a life that flows effortlessly without forcing or compromising. Trust becomes a subtle but powerful force in your life. Instead of worrying about outcomes, you begin to sense that what is yours is already on its way. Your inner frequency shifts from scarcity to expectancy, from uncertainty to quiet confidence. Even in moments of stillness or waiting, you sense that the universe is orchestrating events for your highest good. You begin to notice how small signs, unexpected clarity, intuitive nudges, sudden coincidences confirm that you are moving toward what you were always meant to experience. Abundance manifests first in tiny ways. You might feel a lightness when waking, a spark of excitement for ordinary moments, or a newfound patience for the pace of life. Decisions become effortless. Opportunities present themselves with less struggle. Conversations that once drained you now energize you. The more you align with your own energy, the more the world aligns with you. The people, places, and experiences that once seemed out of reach begin to appear naturally, as if the universe had been waiting for you to be ready. Gratitude becomes your secret power. When you start acknowledging what is already present, when you give thanks for life as it is, you signal to the universe that you are ready for more. This is not a casual practice. It is a deep, soulful recognition that life is already abundant, and what you seek is simply a reflection of what has always been available. Saying thank you, truly and deeply, shifts your energy into a state of receiving. The world responds to your frequency, and abundance begins to flow without resistance. You notice a quiet transformation in your daily routines. Tasks that once felt mundane now carry a sense of purpose. Challenges become opportunities to test your readiness and alignment rather than obstacles to fear. You no longer cling to external validation because your self-worth is grounded in something deeper than the approval of others. You start prioritizing peace over pressure, clarity over confusion, and joy over obligation. And as you do, the universe responds with gentle synchronicities that make life feel almost magical. Your intuition sharpens. You begin to recognize which people, situations, and opportunities belong in your life and which do not. This clarity is not about judgment, it is about alignment. The things that remain resonate with your energy, and the things that leave do so to make space for what is permanent. There is no panic, no fear, only a steady, unwavering understanding that life is unfolding exactly as it should. The emptiness you once feared now becomes fertile ground for growth, prosperity, and fulfillment. Even the timing of life feels different. You realize that the universe is never late. It is simply waiting for you to be ready. Abundance does not rush. It arrives at the perfect moment. And because you have created the space for it, it flows seamlessly into your life. The energy that once felt chaotic becomes a harmonious rhythm. You no longer push or pull. You simply move in accordance with what feels right. This is the secret that most people overlook. Abundance is not something to chase, it is something to rise into. As days pass, you notice a subtle joy emerging. You feel lighter, freer, and more confident. The sense of scarcity diminishes, replaced by a calm knowing that what is yours is already on its way. Opportunities appear without force, and challenges seem to carry hidden gifts. The universe responds to your readiness, and you find yourself in a state where receiving becomes effortless. Life no longer feels like a struggle, it feels like a flow. By now, you understand that patience is not passive, it is active preparation. Every loss, every disappointment, every fading connection is a signal to trust the process. Every pause in life is a moment to recalibrate, align, and rise into the frequency of abundance. You begin to move through life with grace, knowing that what is meant for you cannot be denied. And with each small sign of alignment, your confidence grows, your gratitude deepens, and your sense of peace expands. Finally, you reach a point where asking for more feels unnecessary. Instead, you embody a deep, unshakable faith that everything you desire is already in motion. The universe recognizes your readiness, and abundance flows toward you naturally, effortlessly, and abundantly. You no longer need to chase, worry, or control. You simply exist in alignment with the energy of what you are meant to receive, and the world around you begins to mirror that state. This is the transformative moment, the point where emptiness turns into fullness, loss turns into gain, and patience turns into effortless manifestation. The signs have been there all along, in the quiet shifts, the subtle synchronicities, and the moments of clarity. Abundance is not a distant dream. It is the state you rise into when you release what no longer serves you and trust the wisdom of the universe. And once you step fully into this state, everything you've been waiting for begins to appear naturally, beautifully, and perfectly timed. So tonight, take a moment to honor yourself, your journey, and the space you've created. Say thank you for what has come and what is on its way. Feel the relief, the peace, and the quiet anticipation of abundance that is already aligning with your readiness. The world is not against you. It is preparing to give you exactly what you are ready to receive. Your waiting has not been in vain. Your patience, your release, and your alignment have all led you to this moment. The abundance you have been longing for is no longer distant. It is here, and it is yours to receive.